Hey guys, welcome to TST Garage. I'm Bart, and in this episode I will be showing you how to install the new TST Industries Mech-GTR front LED turn signals on a first generation Yamaha FZ-09 MT-09. These signals are really nice. They take the design cues from the hyper naked bikes that Yamaha pumped out in the recent years. These signals feature a really high power single LED for the signaling circuit. It's mounted to an MPCB and it fires through high-tech lens array system, and it gives a nice broad stream of light from a very small package. These signals are also capable of having a running light. The signals include this little insert that goes in the back end of the signal stock, and it enables you to put on a running light of your color choice. On our website we have several different colors that this is available in, so you'll be able to choose when you make your selection. The signal doesn't use any metal mechanical fasteners. We instead designed this ratcheting spring clip that goes on from behind this shroud, just zips right on, and has these little spring elements to pre-tension this connection so it doesn't rattle around. The installation is really simple. Hope you guys enjoy. As you follow along, let's get started. In step one, we will be removing the following fasteners. There are 3 5mm Allen head fasteners. This one here in the same location as here, but on the right side of the bike. And then there's one additional fastener here that has a 4mm Allen head. This top screw here has a washer. Make sure you retain that. And also it fits through a shoulder washer in here, but it's in a rubber grommet, so technically it really should stay in. If you do drop it out, make sure you replace it. The bottom hole location here also has a shoulder washer, and this one fits into the plastic shroud, so typically it just comes out. Retain that, you will reuse it in the reassembly. Pull away on this shroud and access the plug. It's pretty simple. Pull up on the locking element and pull out the plug. Now, to make this easier on ourselves, we will remove the shroud completely off the bike, and what's holding it in place here is a routing guide clip for the wiring loom here. So I'm going to grab a set of pliers and I'm going to compress the dart feature of that clip and have it come out. Now this is free for us to handle. There is a rubber boot in here that we'll need to undo, and I actually typically extract this thing on the newer generation FZ-09 and also all of the generations of the FZ-07. The window is present in this location, but it doesn't have a rubber boot. I typically don't put them over, don't put them back in. You technically can, you will just have to dispose of this longer piece. You can just rip it off, and then if you want to block off this location, you'll be able to put this back in. Now we'll grab a small flathead screwdriver and access through the window here the locking feature of the signal and pull up on it until we slip it off here. Grasp the signal stock, rotate, and pull out. I will quickly demonstrate how this works. This fits through the shroud. It has a recess that jams it in place there. And this piece just fits in, and it has engagement between this tab on the plastic part and a window on the interference geometry of this whole system, and that's really what keeps it in place. So if you pry this away and remove this, now you'll be able to twist it and take it out. For this particular install, we've chosen the amber running light just because bike's orange and the OEM signals had an amber light. I thought it'd be a nice accent to go with the amber. Like I said in the intro, we have many different colors, so you can choose that yourself. So to insert this and install it in the signal stock. And basically align these little teeth here. It only goes in one way, so it's pretty simple. Make sure that the wires go through the slot in the insert. Press it in until the little sliding clips engage, and then you plug it in. All right, now that's ready to go in the bike. These signals are side agnostic. It's the same geometry for left and right, so you don't need to worry about which one goes where, and they also fit in one way here. That's really, really simple. We'll take the locking element and make sure when we slide it over, we go the spring teeth in first. Get it lined up in here, and that just ratchets in place. I'm going to use a small screwdriver to get it bottomed out. If you go little by little on each side, that usually yields the best results. If you just jam one side down, it makes it difficult for the other side to follow. And once you bottom that out and preload those spring elements, this is really solid in there, and we are good to go. Let's plug it in and test it. I like to test it before I start reassembling so that I could always go back. You see, we have a running light and the signal light. As you can see, this is flashing faster than the OEM setup because we've changed the OEM incandescent light bulb to an LED type signal, and that's very typical of all manufacturers of bikes. When you do that, the bike tries to alert you that something is different about the signaling system. If you want to slow that down, we do have a separate part that we have for these bikes. It's the Gen 2 flasher relay. It's a plug and play solution to changing this back to 85 cycles per minute. It actually enables you to pop the gray cover off, and it fine-tuned the adjustment of flash rate to your liking. We do have a separate video of this being installed on the bike. It's a simple installation. I encourage you to check that out on our YouTube channel. I'm just going to power down and continue with the installation here. Now we have a vastly longer amount of wire here than the OEM setup afforded, so I want to make sure that it's tucked away and it's not dangling anywhere. There are some nice areas here that you could push it in. Just make sure you don't strain any of the wires here. And this pretty much just goes back in the reverse order of disassembly. Let's start here. I'm going to push this routing clip back in. And this will be really simple. All right. So I'm going to start with the bottom fastener because it has that insert. It is difficult to hold that insert in there once everything else is tightened up. So I'm going to put it in. The flange goes from the underside. Hold it in place, put my fastener through, and then find the threaded feature that it threads into. And I'm going to start my thread here. On the way back in, I always use hand tools so I don't mess up any threads using a power tool. I'm going to keep it a little loose, afford myself a little bit of adjustment, flexibility, and then replace all of the other fasteners. Now that all of the fasteners are in, we could actually tighten them up. Now on the top here, you are screwing into rubber well nuts. You will not feel a hard bottom. You are basically pre-tensioning a piece of rubber with a threaded component in it, so you don't want to over tighten it, you'll damage that. Now I'll just repeat the procedure on the other side, and then we'll be good to go. All right, there you have it. It's simple as that. It takes approximately 5 minutes and produces really nice results. Do still have the hyper flash on here. I'm gonna quickly take the seat off, install our flasher relay. This is a separate component, but I do highly encourage the installation of that part. All right, there you have it. Back to normal operation. I really like how these signals transform the front end of this bike from stock to this setup in about 5 to 10 minutes. Can't be beat. Anyway, if you guys like what you see here, check out tstindustries.com. We have a product page dedicated to this product on there. You'll be able to access more information and see photos of these signals installed on different FZ models. That's it for me. See you guys next time.